a beszédében többször és említést tett a családjáról. In the course of his speech, he mentioned his family several times. So, possessive, beszédében többször és említést tett a családjáról. And remember, the role meant about. Here it is again, about his family. So let's listen to it.
A beszédében többször is említést tett a családjáról.
And what we should learn about this is there's a couple of possessive things here. So here's the ben. Remember we had that. Well, we were looking. ChatGPT was throwing out, no, va is not, it's not elative, it's inessive. And ben is inessive, but remember, we're not going to use these Greek terms or Latin terms. Ben, example, beszéd, ben. Explanation, inside. So that means it's already inside. It doesn't have to move into it. And the word beszél. Let's look at that. That's a good to know word. So beszél means to speak. And beszéd is a speech. Beszéd. If I could spell. Is a speech. So beszéde is his speech. Beszéde. That's the possessive. His speech. Okay, so and beszéd, and now the word ends with a vowel, the a or the e, and that has to lengthen because we're going to put a suffix on it. See, it's all coming together. See, it really doesn't matter what order you study. Do it randomly, and you'll build it up. So we want beszéd, the word for a speech, beszéd. Possessive of beszéd. So here we have beszéde. It could also be beszédje. Nothing wrong with saying it that way either. Beszéde. And then when we have beszéde, you notice when we put the T ending, we have to lengthen the E to be A. Beszédét. Or beszédében. That was the one we were looking at. Beszédében. So in his speech. And then let's look up beszél. Beszél. To speak. From beszéd plus an L, which forms a verb. All right. So beszédében, in his speech, többször. That means several times. So let's look up ször. I don't know if you call ször I guess it's a suffix. Sorry, every time I put a dash, it thinks I'm subtracting something. It's like, I can't, these aren't numbers. So ször means times, like multiple times. Like you're really timesing it. And többször, that means, so több means more. Több, so more times, several times. Többször és említést tett. I like this word említést. The T is accusative, so it's really említés. Let's look up that word. I think that's a good to know word. Említés. And that comes from the verb említ. And that's related to the verb emlék, I think. Yeah. So említ is to mention something. Let's look up that word. Említ. Említ, to mention. And it comes from the same stem as említést, to remember. And there, említést, same thing. I'd also, emlék is a memory. Okay. All right. So this is a memory. You know, there's a bunch of words that are related. I'm not going to list them all. This is to mention. Something that's and this is something, the noun of a mention. So I mean, like in English, you can use mention as a noun. He made mention of something, right? Mention. Something that has been mentioned. See, it's a noun, a speaking or noticing of something, usually in a brief or cursory manner. So, something mentioned. I think that's how I'll call it. So, in his speech, several times, ish just means like indeed or also. That's a good word. Ish means also. And it can also mean, it's just like an emphasizing word, indeed. So, indeed, also, many times, right? Említést, tett, a családjáról. And család is a family. That's an important word because families are part of people's lives. Whether, I don't want to say they're good or bad, but they are reality. Family. And sometimes they're nice. And there's the possessive. And remember, I think you've gotten like enough examples of possessive to see that it's usually an ah or an eh, or in the, you know, if it's a front vowel word, if it's an eh, if it's a back vowel word, it's an ah, and sometimes they put a ya in there for fun, just to make it hard to memorize, and sometimes it really doesn't matter. You can choose ya or ah. Like if I go to család, and I look at the possessive, család, possessive. See here they have the ya, and then they have other set. What is the difference? Oh, this is interesting. You see all these in the multiple, they put the ya, but there's also the option of just forgetting about the ya in the multiple. So sometimes there's the option of forgetting about the ya in the single. In this case, no. People would just look at you weird. Like, why were you saying it without a ya? Like, because I'm learning. Okay, so I think we've found enough interesting things about that card. Let's go on to another card.